often ask, why did the Howells and Ginger go on a 3-hour tour? Why did they pack so many clothes? However, I ask, why would Ginger go on a 3-hour tour after a nightclub act?
Glamorous Ginger Grant, according to friends, boarded the boat after a nightclub singing engagement, still wearing the evening dress from her last performance.
This would have to mean that the 3-hour tour was at night. And why would any of them go on a 3-hour tour at night? Ever wonder why in the episode The Chain of Command that Gilligan has his hat again after that fall? Well, I figured it out. It was probably used from a similar cliff scene in Agonized Labor. He makes the same facial expression. The next goof is an up at bat.
A bat that goes eek eek and flaps its wings.
As Skipper looks over to the bat, you can see that has strings. In Hi-Fi Gilligan, why did they use that small cave?
Oh, Mr. Howell, the 7 of us will never fit in here.
Well, perhaps Skipper and Gilligan like the fresh air.
They have discovered many, many other caves. In the second Ginger Grant, all Marianne does is fall and believe she's Ginger. She doesn't hit her head on the rock or anything. Okay, she tripped over that rock, but still. Plus, Marianne never gushed over Ginger before, so is she faking this for attention? Or is this simply a plot hole? Everyone else was gushing over Ginger too, except for Gilligan. For once, Gilligan was the normal one.
You're welcome.
And then there were none. When Gilligan poses as Mrs. Howell to fool headhunters and see it doesn't work, his voice changes from his impression of her to, well, not his own exactly, a little deeper. Or the actor's voice, Bob Denver's.
Hey, Skipper! Professor, it's not gonna work! Hey!
Like Lucille Ball for Lucy Ricardo or Agnes Moorehead for Endora on Bewitched, I believe Bob Denver's voice was higher for Gilligan.
Well, don't you think we should go tell him?
Speaking about Bob Denver, did you know he was on a password game and couldn't guess Skipper?
Ships. Boats. Steward. Ensign?
Slipper. Cinderella.
Cinderella's there. 2 points, John.
I'll try it again. Captain.
Skipper.
Skipper is always in the bottom hammock, right? Well, not in Sir Gilligan. Probably so Mr. Howell could be in the shot. This is from the episode Pass the Vegetables, Please.
Hey, Professor.
Either Gilligan messes up his words here, or Bob Denver had a slip-up.
Hey, Professor.
In So Sorry My Island Now, Gilligan thinks a sea serpent is out to eat everyone. Marianne is eaten, and you know what his response is?
Marianne! Professor, it's no use. It's just no use. Marianne has become a
Not
salad.
really a goof, just something that sounds out of place for Gilligan to say. In New Neighbor Sam, Gilligan says,
I'm sorry, Skipper, but I can't help it. When I'm nervous, my breath comes in short whistles.
it is a running gag in this episode, but it never comes back again.
You've got to live. You've got to. You've got to stop whistling or get another nurse.
Did you know that one of Bob Denver's sons appears in the episode? You've right of this. Yes, instead of special effects, Patrick Denver appears as Gilligan in the dream sequence, since Skipper was supposed to be a giant. Speaking of the episode's V for vitamins, I found this goof out by the channel TV Crazy Man.
Well, the lack of citrus fruits in our diet has caused a severe vitamin deficiency. Vitamin C is completely lacking.
The professor fails to realize pineapples contain vitamin C. Also, how could the professor know that they were lacking in vitamin C? Maybe Skipper was just tired and that's why he felt sluggish. Furthermore, if they really had a week to live, they couldn't expect the oranges to grow that fast. Barbara Eden and Don Wells both had trouble with the strict censors because of their belly buttons. However, Marianne had it showing a few times. Speaking of Marianne, in the rescue movie from 1978, the castaways finally get rescued after 15 years. They all have to adjust. However, there's a major plot hole with Marianne. Apparently, Marianne had a fiancé waiting for her for 15 years.
I'm going back to the farm and to Herbert, my fiancé.
And the postman cometh, she's feeling sad and envious of the Howells and Ginger since she had a ton of boyfriends.
Yes, I acted sort of foolish. Well, you see, Ginger has so many boyfriends, and Mrs. Howell has Mr. Howell, and I just wanted somebody to think I had someone.
She wasn't engaged. Not to mention, she flirts with Gilligan all the time.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
Just like you, Gilligan. Oh, Gilligan, you're wonderful. Gilligan, You were wonderful. Oh, what a wonderful Christmas wish, Gilligan. Oh, Gilligan, you're wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, at least in the first season she did.
Will the real dummy please stand up?
Many say Gilligan is dumb or oblivious. I disagree. Sometimes I think he's trying to display sarcasm, but nobody gets it because they think,
You know, Gilligan, when they were passing out the brains, you weren't at the end of the line. You were on vacation.
for example, in Smile, You're on Mars camera, he's doing it with the skipper.
We couldn't care less whether you had a feather off the goose that laid the golden egg.
What goose?
The goose that laid the golden egg, you know, in the fairy tale.
Laid a golden egg?
Yes, Gilligan. Once upon a time, there was a goose. This goose laid a golden egg. Now, this goose was very important in the town. Don't, never mind, Gilligan.
Or in 3 to Get Ready with Ginger.
You'd be the most sought-after movie star in the whole world.
I would?
And you know what? You'd have your choice of leading ladies to pick from.
Oh, yeah, I would.
And who would you pick?
You know who?
I know, but tell me anyway.
Lassie.
Oh, Gilligan, you're terrible.